Good morning students, my name is Vijay Gupta and you are watching biology classes. So welcome to all of you in this video. In this lecture, I will tell you about the most important and most requested topic of my channel, that is menstrual cycle or MC. Most of the students requested me, sir, please make a video on menstrual cycle. So in this lecture, I will tell you the menstrual cycle in very easy way. So first of all, what the menstrual cycle is. As we know that menstruation occurs in female. The female, the puberty start in the female at the age of 13 to 14. When the puberty start, the inner lining of the uterus, that is called endometrium, shed off along with the secondary oocyte with the help of blood, and this bleeding is called as menstruation, which occurs at the starting of puberty. So menstrual cycle is a natural change which occurs in all the females at the time of puberty, when the puberty starts. So first of all, I will tell you about the definition. What the definition is: the menstrual cycle is a series of natural changes. It is a series of natural changes in hormone production, and there are many hormones which takes participation in the process of menstrual cycle. I will describe all the hormones later. So the menstrual cycle is a series of natural changes in hormone production and the structure of uterus. As I told you before, that the inner lining of the uterus, known as endometrium, shed off. So it is a change of uterine walls. So the structure of the uterus and ovaries, it also occurs in the ovary, as you can see in the diagram. I will describe it later. So uterus and ovaries of the female reproductive system, and the phenomena occurs inside the female reproductive system that makes the pregnancy possible. And with the help of menstrual cycle, the pregnancy is possible. Without menstrual cycle, reproduction is not possible in the female. So it was the definition of the menstrual cycle. Now the menstrual cycle is a sequence of events that takes about 28 days. Most of the time that may be less than 28 days or more than 20 days, but the average is 28 days. So it is a sequence of events that takes about 28 days in a normal female. Now at the time of menstrual cycle, if fertilization does not occur, means there is no sperm inside the uterus of the female, the inner lining of uterus, which is also known as endometrium, along with the secondary oocyte or ovum, degenerate. As I described before, the inner lining of uterus shed off along with the secondary oocyte and comes out with blood flow, and it comes out with the blood flow which is known as menstruation or the bleeding, and the whole cycle is known as menstrual cycle. It occurs in all the primates, especially like monkeys, human, apes, etc. There are two important terms which is very important for you. The first one is menarche. Menarche is the time when the first menstruation occurs, means the first period of a female is termed as menarche. It starts about at the age of 13 according to the atmosphere of India. Now the second term is menopause. Menopause is a condition when menstruation stops or the menstrual cycle stops. It occurs at the age of 40 to 45 to 50. So these are two important terms for you: menarche, the first menstruation, and menopause, when the menstruation stops. Okay, now this process of menstrual cycle is completed into 4 phases. Now we will discuss one by one about each phase of the menstrual cycle. Okay students, so now I will tell you about the different phases of menstrual cycle. There are total 4 phases which are on the screen. That they are menstrual phase, which occurs from day 1 to day 5. The next one is pre-ovulatory phase, which occurs between 6 to 13 days. The next one is ovulatory phase, or also known as ovulation, which occurs on 14th day, while the last phase is known as post-ovulatory phase, which occurs from 15th to 28th day. The period of ovulation occurs on 14th day. Before the ovulation, the phase is known as pre-ovulatory phase, while after ovulation, the phase is known as post-ovulatory phase. Now as you can see in this diagram, the first phase is menstrual phase, which takes about 1 to 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the menstrual phase. The second one, from day 6 to day 13, is pre-ovulatory phase. in which the endometrium matures again, also known as proliferative phase. The 14th day is called as ovulatory phase, in which ovulation occurs from the ovary. Now from 15th day to 28th day, the phase is known as post-ovulatory phase, and again day 1, day 2, menstruation start. So there are total 4 phases, as you can see in the diagram. So there are 4 phases. Remember the name: menstrual phase, pre-ovulatory phase, ovulatory phase, and post-ovulatory phase. Now I will tell you one by one about the detailed study of all the 4 phases. Okay student, so now we will talk about the first phase, that is the menstrual phase, which occurs from day 1 to day 5. In this phase, first of all, the level of estrogen and progesterone hormone becomes low. As you can see in this diagram, it is the uterus and these are the uterine walls. The innermost layer of uterine wall is known as endometrium. The blood supplies the different hormones to the endometrium, which are estrogen and progesterone. When the level of these hormones becomes low, the contraction of uterine walls occurs. Due to the lack of or due to the less availability of these hormones, the contraction of uterine walls takes place. As the result, degeneration of endometrium takes place. This endometrium developed due to presence of these hormones. If the level of these hormones becomes low, then it does not obtain the hormone, so it degenerates. So degeneration of endometrium takes place, and now the endometrium shed off along with the secondary oocyte and blood. When this endometrium does not receive these hormones, then it is shed off along with the secondary oocyte and blood, and the blood flow is known as menstruation flow or the menstrual phase, which occurs from day 1 to day 5. So it was the menstrual phase of menstrual cycle, that is the first phase. So students, now we will talk about the second phase of menstrual cycle, and the second phase of menstrual cycle is pre-ovulatory phase, which starts from the day 6 to day 13. Now in this phase, I'll tell you in a very detailed way. In our brain, there is an important part known as hypothalamus. So inside the brain, there is a hypothalamus. This hypothalamus secretes an important hormone which is known as GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates the anterior pituitary to secrete different hormones. This gonadotropin releasing hormones stimulate the anterior pituitary gland, which secrete FSH, that is the follicle stimulating hormone. This follicle stimulating hormone mixes with blood and reaches inside the ovaries. Inside the ovaries, there are numerous follicles, and this FSH develops the follicle. As the result, the follicles converted into primary to secondary and secondary to mature. So due to action of FSH hormone, the follicle becomes mature. Now the follicles secrete an important hormone, that is the estrogen hormone. This hormone comes inside the uterine walls and start the cell division or the proliferation of the uterine walls or the endometrium. As the result, the endometrium develops again during the pre-ovulatory phase. So as I described in this diagram, now I have a flow chart also about this topic. So the anterior pituitary, as I told here, the anterior pituitary secrete an important hormone which is FSH, also known as follicle stimulating hormone, which causes the growth of follicles. After the growth, these follicles secrete a lot amount of estrogen hormone, and this estrogen hormone moves towards the uterine walls and start proliferation or the cell division of the uterine walls or the endometrium. Now when the amount of estrogen is increased or in a lot of amount, then it creates a negative feedback to the pituitary gland. As the result, the pituitary gland stops the secretion of FSH or the follicle stimulating hormone. Now it's not important to secrete the FSH hormone, so pituitary gland stop the secretion of FSH hormone. This takes in the pre-ovulatory phase, which occurs from day 6 to day 13. Now we will talk about the next phase, that is the ovulatory phase or the ovulation. Okay students, now we will talk about the third phase, that is the ovulatory phase or the ovulation. At the 14th day, the pituitary gland secrete an important hormone which is LH or the luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormones comes to the ovaries with the help of blood, and inside the ovary numerous mature Graafian follicle. There is a mature Graafian follicle is present. Due to action of LH, these mature Graafian follicles ruptures at the corner. As you can see here, this is the ovary, these are the primary follicle, secondary follicle, and this one is the mature Graafian follicle. Due to the action of luteinizing hormone, this mature Graafian follicle moves to the corner and ruptured and release the secondary oocyte. This phenomenon is known as ovulation. So as you can see here, the pituitary or the anterior pituitary secrete LH hormone, which mixes with blood and moves towards the ovary. Inside the ovary, mature Graafian follicles are present. These mature follicles ruptured due to the action of luteinizing hormone, and these follicles release the secondary oocyte, and the phenomenon is known as ovulation. It occurs on the 14th day of the menstrual cycle, and this phase is also known as ovulatory phase. Now I will tell you this phenomenon in the flow chart. So ovulatory phase or the ovulation that occurs on the 14th day. Now the large amount of estrogen create a positive feedback on pituitary gland. Why pituitary secrete LH hormone? Due to the positive feedback created by the estrogen hormone. In the last phase I told you that a lot amount of estrogen hormone secreted. So a lot of amount of estrogen hormone create a positive feedback on the pituitary gland. As the result, the pituitary gland secrete LH or the luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone is the reason of rupture of Graafian follicles, and these Graafian follicles ruptured at the corners of the ovary and release the secondary oocyte, and the phenomenon is known as ovulation. So it is the third phase of menstrual cycle, that was the ovulatory phase or the ovulation. Now we'll talk about the last phase of menstrual cycle, that is the post-ovulatory phase. It is the last phase of the menstrual cycle, that is the post-ovulatory phase, which occurs from day 15 to day 28. Now what happens in this phase? The ruptured Graafian follicle inside the ovary converted into a yellowish mass that is known as corpus luteum. Another a very important structure, the ruptured Graafian follicle converted into corpus luteum due to presence of LH hormone. So LH or the luteinizing hormone convert this ruptured Graafian follicle into yellowish structure known as corpus luteum, and this corpus luteum secrete a lot of amount of progesterone hormone and a little amount of estrogen hormone. Now this progesterone and estrogen moves towards the uterine walls and maintain them again, so the endometrium becomes fully developed due to progesterone and estrogen hormone. It occurs in the post-ovulatory phase. So as you can see in the flow chart, the ruptured Graafian follicle converted into corpus luteum in the presence of LH, and this corpus luteum secrete a lot amount of progesterone and estrogen hormone, and these both the hormones are responsible for the growth of endometrium. Now there are two conditions. Suppose that fertilization occurs. If the fertilization occurs, then as the pregnancy increases, there is no need of corpus luteum, so the corpus luteum degenerated and converted into a degenerating form, that is corpus albicans, and menstrual cycle ceases during the pregnancy. If fertilization does not occur, then the corpus luteum degenerated. If the fertilization does not occur, then the corpus luteum degenerated. As the result, the level of progesterone and estrogen becomes low, and again the uterine wall contracts and the endometrium shed off and the menstrual phase starts again. As I told you before that during the menstrual phase the uterine walls contracts due to lack of these hormones. So now due to degeneration of corpus luteum, the uterus lacks the progesterone and estrogen hormones. As a result, endometrium does not get the supply of these hormones and it shed off. So this is called the menstruation. So in this way, as you can see, there are total 4 distinct phases in the menstrual cycle. So I think everything is very clear to you. Still, if you have any type of query, any question, you may ask in the comment section. I will definitely try my best to reply you. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.